Let's take a look at one example of the benefits of having a null be part of a bone hierarchy. So what I'm going to do is just hop over to the right view here and come over to Setup, Add, and I'm going to choose Draw Child Joints. And I'm just going to create a really rough setup here. I'm going to have, say, my center of gravity or cog, and I'm just going to draw a couple spine joints here. Okay, and then let me hop over to my back view. And so if this is my spine, I'm just going to create a little shoulder and arm setup. So I'm going to come over to Setup, Draw Joints, and instead of drawing a child off of this, I'm going to go ahead and draw just a joint that's part of a different hierarchy. So then I'll go to Draw Child Joints and draw, say, the upper arm and then the lower arm, and then we'll just say this is the hand. Okay, so these are separate hierarchies. So if I go to, say, the perspective window and grab this joint and rotate it, as you can see, when the spine moves, the shoulder and the arm aren't moving, but I want them to move. But the problem is that if I go and, say, select this joint and hit M for motion options, I can change the parent from the character, which is just this box right here. I could change that to the end of the chain here, and it's going to connect them. But say I want it to be a broken hierarchy, and that's a common thing that I've done in characters in the past, where if for the legs or for the arms, I just don't have it connected this way. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it to character. Now, one thing that I could do is use a null. So if I go ahead and add, let's go ahead and add a null. So items, add null, and I'm just going to call this shoulder. And let's make it a ball shape. And I'm going to choose, let's just try 0.25 for the size. Okay, I'm going to start dragging, hold down Alt, and snap it to the shoulder there. Of course, my shoulder is pretty far away from my spine, but in this setup, it's okay. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is go to M for motion options, and the parent for this null, I'm going to make that the end of the spine. And then I'm going to zoom in, and let's grab this joint right here. I'm just going to pull it from the list. So just go to Character, Bones, and I'm going to pick number 6, joint number 6. It would be a good idea to name these, and then you won't have to go searching. And so for the parent, I'm going to choose shoulder. Okay, so now I've got, if I come over to, say, this joint, when I rotate, the shoulder is going to go with it, which is also going to bring this joint setup for the arm. So that's one example of using a null in a bone hierarchy. I was talking to Jay Roth the other day, and he mentioned that another benefit is that nulls are another way to terminate the chain, localizing the effects of the IK solver to the joints below the null. So there's all types of possibilities that this is going to open up within LightWave with the ability to allow nulls in a bone hierarchy.